Uh, look, look. This podcast we've got news and stuff for the podcast and other things coming up later in the episode. But I got to get into my podcasting bag about Miami. Um, I'm excited. I'm very very excited to talk about this trip because this trip was exciting. It was one of the trips that it was a weekend getaway, and I remember weeks back when my friend Mutsy, shout out to Mutsy, Jess, and David. Those are the people I went with, extraordinary people, part of our squad. We do have a big squad, but you know sometimes other members of our squad they have other things they got to do and they're not able to make a trip, and that's perfectly fine, but we were able to really make it work. So they calling me and say, hey, we're out here, we're going to Miami, we're doing some business, but we're traveling too, for fun and business. Do you want to hop on? And I said yes, right? The trip was amazing. The food was really, really good. We went to this nice Peruvian spot. uh, I've had this. It was like a rice. It was like a chicken and rice dish, but they had a little sauce to it, and it was Peruvian, so it was really really good. Traveled there. The hotel. Shout out to it's a hotel called the Yotel, and if you guys ever travel to Miami, and I'm sure they've got hotel chains like that all around the way there. But if you go to this spot, it is called the Yotel, and it's not a sponsor. They're not a sponsor here for our show, Simone, but it is a hotel that I really, really enjoyed. Very, very new. They just built it, and it was a very techno, right? It was a very technology advanced at the hotel. It wasn't old tradition. It was new tradition. They had where you go to the elevator, you have to use your key card to use the elevator for security reasons. I thought that was genius. I thought that was the best thing since sliced bread that I've ever seen, because I've worked in hotel businesses before, Simone, and I never thought that they had something like that. Those are the things you kind of see in movies. So when we use the key card and you select where you're going, that the elevator goes to the floor you selected from the keypad. It doesn't make different stops unless somebody needs to take the same stop as you on that elevator. So it's very very good. Went out, turned up. It was amazing. Different clubs and venues and drinks and knickknacks and traveling and walking and Ubering, and it was very very good that night. Both nights I've really really enjoyed it. Um, I had my fair share of drinks. I had a drink one too many on our second night. My friends know what I'm talking about because I upchucked a little bit, but it was a grand slam time. We ate a lot of great food. Um, we went to this spot called Wynwood, and let me tell you, Wynwood is it's an outdoor museum, right? It's an artsy museum where it has all the different kinds of art that you can see. If you guys don't know, I'm a big artsy fartsy kind of guy. I love art. I adore art. I really, really do love art. So when I have a moment to express and watch and really look at art, I really appreciate it because these are artists around the world that are portraying and they're putting their all into their work. And we get to see it. Very very excited for that. They had some artwork for sale too that you can buy, but some of the artwork was $20,000, $17,000. So of course I wasn't gonna do none of that. um on my way to Miami in the airport, Hartsfield Jackson, I forgot that there was a bottle limit. I bought a new thing of body wash, a new thing of conditioner, and a new thing of toothpaste. And I was going through TSA excited, and it was early, but it wasn't so early. Um, and the woman, I gotta say that TSA have gotten more calmer, or so I've seen. Right? If you work at TSA, if you recently traveled, and you had a bad experience, I'm sorry, but I've never experienced, I haven't experienced a bad thing at TSA on my way to Miami this weekend, or the past weekend rather. Um, but the lady's checking my bag. The smart thing we did was we did just a personal bag since we were gone for about 2 days. It, well, 3 days because there's a story after this, but When we're gone for a short period of time, it made no sense to go out and get a whole carry-on, pay $60 for a carry-on for 3 days. It just didn't make sense. So we ended up doing a personal, and my bag wasn't too full, but it was full. So of course, obviously, it was a black bag, so they have to check it. The TSA lady, she pulls out my body wash and say, "I'm so sorry, but I can't allow you to take this on the plane." And I'm like, "Shit," because that was my body wash. I just bought it the day before. So she's going through taking excuse me, taking my conditioner, my body wash, and I'm like, "Okay, fine. I can get that stuff in Miami. It's okay." She pulled out my specialty toothpaste. The toothpaste that I buy specialty for baking soda for my teeth. She says, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, that's my toothpaste. Y'all gonna really trip about toothpaste? How am I gonna brush my teeth?" Obviously, in Miami, I went and bought this stuff in Miami, so I didn't go stinking. But my joke to my friends that I travel with, I said, "Well, I guess I'm not showering, not staying clean in Miami. They don't took my soap." So, but long story short, I didn't know that stuff like that. You had to put it in your carry on because they check your carry on, but they don't check it like that. So um, very, very interesting for that as well. We spent a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie, spent a lot of money. I gotta shout out my mom though. Yeah, I have to. My mom actually sent me a little something extra because she obviously I told her about me traveling to Miami, and she knows that hey, I'm going to turn up and have a good time. So she was like, hey, just take this little extra just in case you might need it if you want to have a good time. Here, take it. So shout out to you, mom. Love you. Um, we it was amazing trip. It was fantastic. I didn't see anybody famous, right? I didn't see DJ Khaled because I know DJ Khaled opened up his new shoe store. Very, very good store, by the way. Didn't get to see DJ Khaled or anybody famous in Miami this weekend, but it was hot. Let me tell you, hot as in sweaty, hot and humid a little, but it was hot because let me tell you, them women and men, right? They were all outside. We were outside. Beautiful, beautiful women. I can tell Dr. Miami happened to some of the women down there in Miami. But women were just so beautiful, and we actually, me and my friend David, got a treat because we at the hotel. Apparently, I think there were a like a fashion show going on, right? So a lot of models stayed at the hotel we stayed at. So it was very, very, uh, excuse me, very, very interesting to see the models come out and they're getting ready to go to their show and they're beautiful. They got the dresses and the skirts and the outfits and whatnot. Very, very nice. We did have an experience. We were gonna go to a high end luxury club, but one thing, and this is a tidbit to all my peeps out there. If you're planning on traveling out there to Miami, you're going to the clubs or whatnot. The high end club, you do have to wear pants, right? You have to wear all black or something close to all black. You have to wear pants, right? You can't show up in shorts. I didn't pack any pants. It was Miami. It was hot. I packed shorts. So we're pulling up, and they say, "Yeah, we can't let you in, the gentleman and me and David in, because we both wore shorts." So we were sad about it at first, but we got over it. We just went somewhere else, and we had a great time. So no harm, no foul there. Um, Great, great trip. I recommend people going to Miami. The sucky part. Now, this is the sucky part that I've experienced at the hotel. Now, the sucky part. The first part was I had a bad experience with the pool guy at the hotel. Sorry, hotel, you guys are great, but hey, I'm a podcaster. I got to put your what happened on blast. Now, what ended up happening at the hotel? The second day we were there, Simone, we're in the pool, right? Hold on, I'm parched, guys. Sorry about that. I'm parched. I'm coming back from vacation and coming back to work. I'm really parched. Um, so at the hotel, we were at the pool. The second day we're at the pool. We're relaxing. We're doing our thing. We're swimming. We hopped in the jacuzzi. It was very, very nice. Very, very. As soon as we got done, you know, I'm looking around for there's not a bin, but more like a cubby storage where they keep the towels, the pool towels. They were out of pool towels. So I went to the bar. It was like it was the pool, the jacuzzi, some outdoor seating, and then they had a bar. So I went up to the bar. The guy, he's big buff dude. I went up to him and I said, "Hey man, how you doing? It seems like you might be out of pool towels over there. Do you have something in the back that me and my friends can grab?" So he hesitated at first, but then he went back, got me the towels, and he said, "Hey, just long as once you dry it off, return back to the pool immediately," is what he said. I said, "Oh, okay." Um, I didn't think so much of it because when I worked, and obviously I worked in hotels. So when I worked in hotels before, we had a pool, and guests are allowed to take the pools up to the room. Right? That's just the amount of money that hotels spent on towels is very very little. Trust me, I know. I've seen the budget. I know how much they spend on certain things. Pool towels doesn't cost them that much because they don't buy the high end expensive towels for pools. That is. So I didn't think nothing of it. And I said to my friends, like, hey, let's just go ahead and let's take this up with us. Like, I got to dry. I'm not carrying, leaving water and drips all over the ground. So we went upstairs, took a shower, got took care of that stuff. Um, and then I was looking around and I couldn't find my phone. And I'm looking around, couldn't find my phone. And my friend David called it. And I said, okay, it must be downstairs by the pool. So we go down there, walking around. Pool guy, big buff dude, comes up and he says he's looking at me as if I lost something, right? And he knows that he has my phone. So I said, okay, yeah, maybe he's looking at me. Maybe he knows where my phone is. So I go up to him and I said to him like, hey, we were just down here a couple of minutes ago. It appears that I might have left my phone. Have you seen an iPhone? And he says, can you describe it? And I said, yeah, it's this guy, it's this phone, guys. It's a blue iPhone, with white covering on it, and you can't see it due to my notification, but it says film on it on my screen. And he was like, okay. So I followed him to the pool. He pulls it out. I said, yeah, that's my phone. And he was like, he hesitated. And he's like, can you describe it? And I said, okay, yes, it's blue. It's an iPhone 13, and it has white coverings all over it. And on the side, it says film. And the screen is all white. So he's like, what's your passcode? I'm like, bro, I just described my phone. Like, I described it twice to you now. So I said, okay, hold it up because it's a passcode. I'm not gonna say obviously on the show, but it's a passcode on there that you may not know how to spell. Let me spell it. So I spelled it and it opened, and I was like, okay, that's my phone. He hesitated again, Simone. I said, bro, I said, I said, bro, give me my fucking phone. Like, that's my phone. My phone's very, very private. I have a lot of stuff on my phone, whether it's banking information, social media, and other stuff. I have a lot of stuff on my phone. So he gave me my phone finally, and I'm like, bro, I don't have time to do this. So I had something in my hand. I didn't know what it was in my hand, Simone. So when I text, I like to use the dictation when I text. Like, you press it, you say what you want to say out to a text. It just works. I love it. That's how I do it. So I'm about to do that, and another server comes into the elevator, but I didn't really mind him so much at first. So I did a dictation. I said, "Hey, found my phone. It was by the pool. I left it by the pool, but the pool bar guy was acting like a dick about it." So he looks at me. I look at him. He's like, "Oh, you complain about home dude there?" I was like, "Yeah." And I said to him, "Yeah, y'all's pool guy is a little bit hostile towards guests. I worked in hotels, guys. I know all about it. You cannot be hostile towards a guest. No matter if they're wrong on something, they're always right. You cannot be hostile." So I, you know, I did it. So we went to the lobby, and I'm dressed by that time. But I had to go to the store and get some detergent to wash our clothes for that night. So we're going upstairs, and I'm doing my thing there. I'm relaxing and going. He's like, we're on the elevator. He was like, hey, you want to explain it to our main bar, or the main bar manager? And I said, yeah, I'm in my bag. Why not? Because I don't want him doing that to another guest, right? So I ended up going to the main bar manager, telling him the story about what happened. And he was like, at first, the towels, they do that to make sure that no one steals the towels when they leave. And I said to him, like, hey, I understand that, but hotels, you shouldn't be like that. I've got fresher, more expensive towels at my house. And it's not a flex, guys, but I'm like, I don't need to steal your $5 towels. I'm good. The towels are not that comfortable. It's not worth. I can go into Target and buy a 6 set of towels, and they feel much better than your hotel. I didn't say that part, but in my mind, it's like, I'm not going to steal your towels. Rest assured. So that part he understood, and he understood about the pool guy. So they had a word with him. I had to go and get some detergent. I'm coming back to from 7-Eleven with detergent. Pool guy comes walking up to me as if he about to jug and about to swing on me. He says, "Hey, bro, can I holler at you for a minute?" I said in my mind, like, "What the fuck, bro? I'm not your bruh. I'm a guest here." So then I thought, okay, maybe he trying to apologize, right? Maybe he made a mistake. We all make mistakes. So I say, all right, let me hear him out. I go over, and he comes and says, "Hey, bruh, you lied on me, bruh. I just want to verify to make sure that was the correct phone." Really? You really gonna sit there and try to? Yeah, he's getting hostile, guys. He's like, "Hey, bruh, you lied on me, bruh. I'm just trying to verify your phone." And then he's doing this number here. For the video version of this segment, you guys can see, but the audio y'all can't see. But he has his fingers up in my face as if he about to swing. I'm like, bro, I like it, mama. You better get your hands out my face like that. I'm from Atlanta. You can't do that in Atlanta. Don't put your fingers in my face like that. So he's going on and on and on. And I said, okay, let me stop you right there. Right? I said, hey, shut up. Let me stop you right there. Because you're very hostile towards a guest, number one. Number two, I rather discuss this with your manager because your manager can put you in place because this is not right. You getting loud and you going whoop 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 like that. You about to get swinging on at this point. So big buff dude. I'm small Kennedy who lost weight now, but he's bigger than me. I'll be honest. But when you're getting hostile, I get mad. So I'm going to just talk to your manager, your general manager, who supervises you, and I'm done talking to you because I thought you were going to apologize. You didn't give me an apology, and you look very threatening, like you about to swing and punch me. So I'm done with you. So I go upstairs to drop off the detergent. And I come down, and my friend Jess, she comes with me. Shout out to Jess, and you know I'm going to the manager, and he was like, "Hey, I was just I was informed about what just happened because before that, when he walked off, there was a young lady that was a server at the hotel. She looking up, scared as shit because she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he just did that." So I ended up going to her and I said, "Hey, is your general manager still in? Because y'all's bar guy about to get his ass kicked. I guess is what I said." So uh, she was terrified, looks like it. So she ended up telling the manager, and then the manager knew, and then the bar manager said, yeah, we actually caught all of that on camera, right? Because we were positioned right in front of a camera, and he didn't know because he was just so anxious. So all of it got on camera, and we did get compensated some drinks. We were trying to get some compensation off the room entirely. But we ended up getting comp drinks instead. It things like that doesn't really bother me, but that was an experience I've never experienced. Like I've never had somebody that's working in customer service try to do that. I remember when I worked in property management with Marriott, I would never, never, ever, 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 ever try to do that to a guest, let alone working in an institution right now, dealing with students. I would never in my life would do that. That's cause for termination because that's what I told him. Like, hey, if I was the manager of this establishment, I would have fired him right then and there. I would have said, I'm going to cover your shift. Grab your shit. You're done. Is what I would have done. Because that's a huge no-no in that field. So, that was the first experience. Now, the last experience, because we got to move on, was the flight cancellation. Without getting into much detail, because I don't want to go so much in details with that, because that was a horrid experience. It was a good experience, but a horrid, because I never thought it would happen. But our flight did get canceled. Trying to return to Atlanta because apparently there was a huge storm, for sure. So look, that happens. Guys, anticipate that stuff happening because we did have to spend more money that we didn't really want to spend, but we had to. So, flight got canceled from out of Fort Lauderdale. So, uh, didn't return. Couldn't have a return flight. They had to cancel it, and that was it. So we're dealing with Spirit now, getting some refunded money back as well. So very, very unexpected story for that, but it was a great trip. Shout out to my squad again, Muncie, Jess, and David. Sorry, guys, I got to put y'all on blast on the show. You guys are awesome. It was a very awesome trip. I can't wait to take many more trips for sure. Now we got to move on because Monica Gray's here in the studio. Now, she today has what we like to call the Gray Report, and she's talking about technology news. Now, she's not talking about relationship news today. She's stepping it up a little bit. So, Monica, take it away, honey.